To sleep or not to sleep? Turns out it's not such a simple question. All animals, from flies to dogs to humans, need a good night's sleep for good health and a good day's work. But say you have to cram for an all-nighter, or your crush just asks you out on a late-night movie date. You may decide to sacrifice sleep. How do you make that choice? Unbeknownst to us, behind the scenes, our brains are constantly doing a sophisticated cost-benefit analysis of what behaviors to pursue. While sleep is critical for an animal's survival, so are other behaviors, like eating, drinking, and mating. Researchers at Jefferson recently showed that when a male fruit fly was kept with a female fruit fly in a test tube, he went several days with little sleep and instead chose to court the female. His choice was very clear: not to sleep. When they did the same experiment with a male who had recently mated, this male chose to sleep instead of court the female. This clearly demonstrates that the male flies are evaluating the balance between their sleep drive and sex drive. But it gets more complicated. The researchers then wanted to know, what if the flies had to consider one more factor in their decision: nutrition? They deprived some male flies of yeast, an important source of protein, and found that at night these males chose sleep over sex, unlike their well-nourished counterparts who preferred to mate. Turns out protein is necessary for any potential offspring to survive, so these malnourished males decided that mating was less likely to be successful and chose to sleep. Importantly, during the day, these males did court, so it's not like they didn't want to take their chances at procreating at all, they just didn't want to lose sleep over it. A lot of these decisions are happening subconsciously, by circuits in the brain integrating internal states and environmental cues, to ultimately select a behavior that is optimal for survival. As humans, we have so many different behaviors to choose from, so these calculations get even more complex. So the next time you're feeling drowsy while cramming for a final, instead of reaching for a cup of coffee, listen to your brain telling you it's time to sleep. And a nutritious breakfast the next morning might give you that extra fuel you need to ace it.